All right, guys. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. We got to talk about this. I really like this hot take because a lot of people also agree with this from what I've seen, and it hurts my feelings to look at it. But hey, it's something to talk about nonetheless.
This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
Oh boy, Cissoko. City, Cissoko. So Earth to Onion here. And did you design this? This is really good art. If you're seeing this video later on, or if you're in the chat right now, this is really great art if you did that. But it says Cissoko will not be on the roster in 2 years. So I saw a lot, and I mean a lot, of Sidy Cissoko hate during the summer league. It were so many people saying, what the heck? He's not as good as I thought he was. He's nowhere near ready to get NBA minutes. There were a lot of people getting on to Sidy Cissoko this past season. And I definitely wanted to at least see how people felt about it. So I'll give you my initial thoughts. We'll go and we'll look at the poll that I put up 14 minutes ago in the chat. So if you're in the chat, please vote on that poll. Whether or not you think he'll be here in 2 seasons, if he'll be cut or traded. So I brought this up so many different times, but Sidy Cissoko, he dealt with an injury this past season. Okay, so that didn't help him. And also going into the summer league, he lost a lot of weight. I think it was 20 pounds that he lost, and it was very apparent. It was very obvious that he lost those pounds. I'm not necessarily worried about if he lost any of his strength. Okay, it seemed like he still has that strength, but his strength isn't his strength. See what I did there? It actually isn't. It's not his. But I do think that the one aspect of his game that he improved on that I was really worried about was his fouling, and that's just gradually improved. So you can see here in the regular season, in the course of 28 games in 22-23, he averaged 3.3 personal fouls a game, and then the season after that it went down to 2.7. And if we look at the showcase, it's even more apparent, in which 22-23 it was 3.6 and went down to 2.1. So while he's a really good defender, one thing that he would get kind of messed up on is he stumble a little bit, get a little bit too physical because he was just so blocky. But now I think that he's going to be able to move his feet a little bit better defensively. But he has the capability of being, I won't say he has the capability of being a lockdown defender. Now, keep in mind that he is a second round pick. Okay, so we're not talking about a first round pick here or somebody that should be showing this amount of promise at this point in their career. No, that's not the case. It's going to be a learning process, and players, as good as scouting is nowadays, players don't go into the second round for no reason. Every now and then you could get somebody where it's like, what the heck, how did we not see it? Nikola Jokic or something, but that it doesn't happen. It's super rare. Most of the time teams have it pretty right. If a player goes into the first round, it's for a good reason. And Sidy Cissoko is a second round pick, so you have to be a little bit more patient with him. So I think that that's a little premature just to say like, oh, in 2 years you won't have a use for him. He has some really good things in his arsenal, right? He has good size to him. He has phenomenal defense, high basketball IQ. And I say this all the time. I think that Wemby in the future, the one type of player that you're going to need around him, the types of players you're going to need around him is high basketball IQ players. They won't have to be superstar caliber players that's around him necessarily. They don't. We can see even when he plays with Mamu how these two played off each other very well. When he played with Osman, I thought that they played off each other very well. And I think with Sohan, they play off each other pretty well. You just need high basketball IQ guys around Wemby, and he could be successful. And I think that you have a use for someone like Sidy Cissoko when it's all said and done, right? I think you do. So, yeah, I'm just not going to be as quick to say, like, we won't have use for him or he'll be gone in 2 years. I don't think that that's the case. I think that he's good enough where he could very well, much so, be a integral part to the Spurs DNA and what they have going on, right? That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I like how Cissoko is always there for the dunk, but I really wish he can practice his shooting more. And that's something he'll have to work on as well, right? Now, as far as in the G League, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, right? 2022, 23 in the showcase, that was 33%, 23, 24, 31.6%. So not great, but also not necessarily a broken shot. But regular season was much worse as a whole. You can see this the past season, 24.5% from three. And I completely agree with you. He's not going to be someone that, back you down, beat you, off the. He's just not that type of player. He's not going to be able to ISO and do his thing there. He's going to be just one of those crafty, high IQ, good passers. And that's where he can be useful right there, is that 3-point shooting. So I do agree with you there. But like I said, he's a second-round pick for a reason, right? You got to be patient with these types of guys. And I think he has enough promise where we don't have to, throw him to the streets so quickly or assume that he won't have a place on the team so quickly. But yeah, so yes, take a look at that poll of what you guys had to say.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
All right, big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video and this live stream. If you guys are interested at all, click the link below in the description box. You will receive a 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. So when you guys support the sponsor, you support the channel. So I really do appreciate the love nonetheless. All right, let's see here. Did Sidy sign somewhere else? No, he's still with the Spurs. All right, let's take a look. I want to see what. Whoa. Dang. Okay. So I guess you guys can't see it, but so I asked the question, will Cissoko be with the Spurs in 2 seasons? And we have a resounding no, he will be cut or traded. It's almost 50-50 though. 53%. I actually was not expecting 50% of people to think that he'll be gone. I'm actually shocked that 50% of you guys think, yeah, he'll be gone. I mean, I know Summer League wasn't the prettiest showing, but wow, you guys are a tough crowd. But at least 50 other percent. No, don't start changing. I just saw someone vote and they voted yes, he'll stay. No, don't worry about it. All right. It's okay. You guys are ruthless. Nunez signed with Barcelona, right? I think he'll be there for quite some time. He'll be there for a minute. He won't be with us for a minute. Which, I mean, I think most of us expected that. How many subscribers till you move to San Antonio and can watch Wemby for $30? Man, that would be pretty dope. I don't really want to move to San Antonio though. Sidy would probably get 1 more year, just like Wesley and Branham. Dang. Y'all are rough, man. Y'all are rough. I think we actually do have a place for Sidy on this team. Unfortunately, this season, I don't think we'll get to see a ton of them. How this roster's set up, I just don't think that that'd be the case. But I think he has very high basketball IQ, and he just needs playing time. He's coming off an injury. He just needs playing time. You guys made me sad. All right, I'm sad enough to end this segment. Rip indeed. I'm sad enough to end this segment. All right, let's get out of here. Big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. Sorry, I thought you were about to say something about Sidy. Never mind.